Ever been, like, totally off the grid? Hunk in the middle of nowhere and bam, no service.
Been there.
A couple years back, I was in Shenandoah National Park. Gorgeous views. And I realized 0 bars. Couldn't even share a sunset pic.
The ultimate test of patience, right?
It's funny how we've come to rely on being constantly connected. But it did get me thinking, what about those times when you really need to reach someone, emergency, or just, bragging about that view? Our listener this week gets it. They're all about staying connected no matter what. And that's what brings us to this deep dive. Satellite communication.
Going off the grid is about to get a whole lot more connected.
Right. It sounds like we're about to beam ourselves up to the Starship Enterprise. But seriously, people are sending messages through space. To help us break down the science, we have an expert joining us. Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Glad to be here. And you're right, it does sound pretty futuristic, but the truth is, we've been using satellites for communication for a long time. Think GPS, satellite TV. What's really exciting now is that this technology is becoming way more accessible, even in the devices we carry around every day.
Okay, so back to me. Stranded in Shenandoah. No cell service. Desperate for a signal. How does my phone even begin to use a satellite to send a message?
Imagine this. Now hit send on your phone, but instead of looking for a cell tower, that signal shoots straight up to a satellite orbiting Earth.
Wait, hold up. To space.
To space. It's not a direct line, though. That signal bounces between multiple satellites before it's beamed back down to a station here on Earth. It's a super precise dance of timing and coordination.
So I'm texting to space.
Yeah.
Mind officially blown. Then what? How does that message get from, like, a satellite dish somewhere to the person I'm actually trying to reach?
Think of that ground station as the translator between the satellite world and our communication systems down here. It grabs your message from the satellite and sends it on its way, same as any tech cell towers, the whole 9 yards, until it pops up on your friend's phone.
So cool. And I heard that Apple's actually built this right into their new iPhones. Like, with the iPhone 14 and iOS 18, you can send iMessages and texts through satellites.
Exactly. Don't go canceling your Netflix subscription just yet. Bandwidth is still an issue, but for essential communication, it's huge.
No kidding. In an emergency, that kind of connection could be a lifesaver.
Absolutely. And Apple seems to get that because they even built a demo into the Messages app that simulates a satellite connection. You can actually practice sending a message before you even need to.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
I can practice sending a message to a satellite, like, right now, from my couch.
Pretty much. It'll show you how to point your phone to connect with the satellite, how long it takes, everything you need to know in a pinch.
Talk about being prepared. This is incredible.
Yeah.
And get this, it's currently free for users in the U.S. and Canada.
It's an amazing step towards accessibility, especially for more remote areas that haven't always had reliable connections. Think about the possibilities: education, healthcare.
It's pretty mind-blowing. Right now we're talking about texting, but what's next? Could we see, like, crystal clear satellite phone calls? Or real-time location sharing, even on a hiking trail?
Imagine being lost and being able to send your exact coordinates to rescuers. Or a doctor in a remote village consulting with specialists thousands of miles away. It's incredible to think about.
It wasn't that long ago that satellite phones were these clunky, expensive things. And now we hold that tech in the palm of our hands.
It's incredible.
Makes you wonder, what other communication barriers might be ancient history in the next decade? What would we even be deep diving into then? From worrying about 0 bars to sending messages through space. The future's closer than we think.